Good morning, everybody. May you all be blessed in the name of the Lord Jesus, the Messiah. The title of this video is Alt Space Coins are pumping. Alt Space Coins. We'll be live in 2 minutes, y'all. Some crazy things are happening. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. It's a little bit cloudy. But it's very warm. It's a little bit sunny, but it's a little bit cool. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing well. Peace, peace to all of you. And we have a lot of things to talk about today, guys. There are some altcoins that are absolutely pumping right now. First of all, as many of you know, we've got BNB. BNB, totally pumping right now. Let's take a quick look at it on Binance over here. And this was actually a trade setup that I had going on because I saw that we were about to break out of this symmetrical triangle that was forming after some long consolidation, and we formed a support down here on this line. This is actually the 2-day chart, y'all. This is the 2-day chart. We're about to hit a take profit level. Binance coin, man, absolutely pumping. And I finally got into this. I finally got into the Binance coin after missing all the pumpage. I finally am getting in now, and I think this, obviously we all know Binance coin can have a lot of upward potential from here. If we pull out our fib and we take it from the swing low of the move, I guess you could call this the swing low, to the swing high, you can see that we formed a support right along. Well, first of all, we got that initial bounce off the 0.5, and then we started to form a nice strong support around the 0.382 level. And if we pull out our fib extension, we can see that these are some targets. These are some targets for BNB right here. First, we're about to hit our target number 1. Then our next target would be at the 0.618 right up here at about 669. Then the next take profit would be up here at 735. And you know, it's really interesting how just if you do basic pattern breakout TA, where you're taking the triangle from the base to the top and you mark the breakout like this, they're very, very close to the Fibonacci levels. It's like these Fibonacci targets are a great way to kind of show where price is going to go. And speaking of Fibonacci targets, Ethereum is absolutely killing it right now. In fact, Ethereum is absolutely off the chart. I cannot find my Ethereum chart that I had. Let me see if I can find it. This is Cardano. That's Ethereum. I cannot find it, but I am actually in an Ethereum. I've been in an Ethereum long for a very long time, currently up 25%. During this Ethereum long, I've also been long on Bitcoin, which, as I don't know, you know, I've hit some take profits here and there on it. So it's already, you know, I've already bagged the goods, but Ethereum is just blasting off in the middle of my Ethereum long. I've also been shorting Ethereum. I've been shorting Ethereum. Twice I actually shorted Ethereum in the past 24 hours, and both times one take profit got hit. And I thought I had a chart up here to show you guys what I was doing. I'm not sure if I actually do have the chart or not. It might be on my other TradingView account. Very, very potentially so. Very potentially so. But basically what I was looking at on Ethereum was the fact that we were forming some major bearish divergences on the higher time frames. In fact, I did post about it in the Discord. Let me go show you guys that. In the Discord. Yeah, so right here, Ethereum was forming some massive bearish divergences on the higher time frames, and basically every time we lost this Fibonacci level of support at 2,719, I shorted down, and both times I actually hit a take profit. Yeah, so both times we actually came down and hit this 2672. So I got two nice shorts in there while I'm also long on Ethereum. So Ethereum is doing very, very well. And now, I mean, you know, we're very, very high. And these targets that I have here for Ethereum, these are just Fibonacci targets that you get by simply pulling out your Fib extension. And you would take it from, you know, the swing low of the move to the swing high right here. You take it from the swing low to the swing high. Then you pull it down. And this obviously is not the right. It's not the right area. Let me see where I pulled that from. I think I pulled it from here to here. Nope, that's not it either, guys. But I wish I had my Ethereum chart to show you guys how I got these targets. You had me at hello says Ethereum Classic is going to 5K next couple months. It's very possible. It's very possible. You know. Shout out to Brian Roberts who says, "What up, J-Dog? Whipping out your Fib bright and early." Yeah. You know how I roll. You know how I roll. So, all right. I want to talk about some altcoins that I think are really going to pump. Not necessarily are already pumped, because if a coin's already pumped, right, we've already missed out on the pumpage, and we have to wait for the next time we go to Pump City. But if a coin has not yet pumped, then that's when we want to get in on it. So a coin that I've been really eyeing up is Cardano, ADA. Cardano, I think, is getting ready for a massive, massive move to the upside. A massive move to the upside. Let me pull up another chart here. Guys, I don't think any of my chart layouts saved today, which is a little bit disappointing. But Here's what I see happening with Cardano. We've been consolidating here for quite some time, and we've been consolidating on, if we take out the fib and we pull it from the swing low here of the move to the swing high, you can see that we've been consolidating and have not been able to break below the 0.5 Fibonacci level. And depending on where you pull your fib from, you know, if you're pulling it from right along here, for example, this swing low, you can see that we've been consolidating right on the 0.618. And even during the market correction where everything kind of dumped, Cardano was not able to drop below this 618 level, which is very bullish. If the entire market is correcting and Cardano is finding support on a very key Fibonacci level where we got 1, 2, 3 bounces off of it, this is very bullish. Everything else recently during the correction was coming down like this. However, Cardano is actually trading sideways and still forming, you could say, right, higher highs as we go. So that's extremely bullish to me. And something else is the fact that, you know, if we pull our fib extension, we can pull it from a number of places. We could pull it from this swing low to this swing high down to the 618. And get some targets that way. But honestly, I would want to pull it from down here, because I feel like this is more of the move. And so I would be setting my targets, you know, up in these areas. And I think it's very possible that we can see Cardano, you know, do a 1-to-1 from the previous move and end up over $2 in this next kind of pump that we have to the upside. So as a lot of you know, I'm super bullish on Cardano. I'm a Cardano hodler, and I think that this coin has a lot of potential right now to break out of this consolidation phase and enter into another uptrend, because remember, there's only really 3 things that price action does. We're either consolidating, or we're in an uptrend like this, or we're in a downtrend like that. Those are the only 3 things that are going to happen. And because we've been in this consolidation period for so long, holding that key Fibonacci level as support, I think we're primed for a breakout. If we look at the 2-day chart, we can see that we just printed this nice tight green trigger wave right on the 0 line, which, by the way, you know, the last time we printed, every time we print a green trigger wave, we do get some kind of pump. But when they're close to the 0 line or underneath the 0 line, that's usually when we get the most movement to the upside. So am I saying that it's going to happen within the next few days? It's very, very, very possible. Very possible. But you know, regardless of when it happens, I do believe it is going to happen. And even if we go back in time to, you know, last year, even during last year, during the, you know, the time that a lot of people were concerned about world events and things of that nature, even when we're printing those green trigger waves for Cardano in the middle of a bear market, right? They're still giving us massive move to the upside. Right here, print a trigger wave, get this massive move to the upside. So I have high hopes for Cardano, for ADA. I am a hodler of it. I don't actively trade it, but you know what? Maybe I probably should start leverage trading it on Binance. I don't know why I don't. It's just you can only look at so many coin pairs at a time. You know what I'm saying, y'all? You know what I'm saying? TTL Crypto says, I am trying to get an entry. Is ETH going to pull back again? I was too low last night. Blues Cat Zen Baby says, you know, the Africa special for ADA is coming today. Be careful. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm talking more long term. Like right now, I'm looking at the 2-day time frame. I'm not about to enter into a trade for Cardano. I'm just saying as a long term kind of investment, right? I mean, if we get something like this where we come down for you know a week and then we come back up and come down, you know, that's kind of it's still in the cards for me. It's still in the cards for me. But right now, even though we've been in this period of consolidation where we're still able to print higher highs, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What's going on, other John? Yeah, so okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum a little bit, because people are wondering about getting good entries here. Yeah, so obviously when things are pumping, we really only have two options. We can either FOMO in and hope that it's going to keep pumping, or we can wait for a good entry. And if we go to the 4-hour time frame, I kind of hate to say this, but our opportunities to enter came yesterday and last night, right? When we dumped down to this level right here in the 2670-ish level. Those were the two opportunities to get into Ethereum. We had the bearish divergences forming yesterday, and we dumped down a little bit twice, where we could have gotten a nice entry to ride this up. But if you're still waiting for an entry, there's a few things that I like to do. Number one, I like to turn on the 21 EMA, which looks like we're never going to test it now, right? But if we are in an uptrend and we test the 21 EMA on the 4-hour, we are going to most likely be able to get a good entry for either a scalp trade or a swing trade. Like right here, right? We come up, we test the 21 EMA, we get a massive pump to the upside. Even here, we come down, we bounce off the 21 EMA, we get a nice move to the upside. Right here, we come up, we test that 21 EMA, we get a move to the upside. And so that's kind of one of the areas I would look to enter. If we're in a powerful uptrend on the 4-hour, the 21 EMA acts as a good point to get in. Because the pump is so parabolic, we could potentially go down to a lower time frame, maybe the 3-hour. And look for when we test the 3-hour EMA. One thing I will say is the fact that the bearish divergences are still forming on the chart. Even on the 3-hour, we can see that, if we confirm a red wave here, that the price has been consistently forming higher highs while momentum is consistently going down. Consistently going down. I don't know how much longer this can go on, but if we go down to the 2-hour time frame, it becomes even more clear that these divergences are forming here. And if we go down to an even lower time frame like the 24-minute, well, then it's super, super obvious that as we've been forming these higher highs, momentum is consistently getting lower and lower. So I really think we do need to cool off soon. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, I mean, this is just so high. It's so high. Market Cipher B, the momentum has not had any time to cool off. We keep printing these green trigger waves, and in my opinion, guys, they are very, very weak trigger waves. They're very weak, right? We don't see a lot of separation here between the light blue and the dark blue. We do not see a lot of separation here. So eventually, we do need to come down and test some of these lower levels. And some of the areas I would be looking to enter is, number one, back here at I think 27, 26-ish. I wish I could find my other Ethereum chart. I don't know why it didn't save here. I don't know why it didn't save. I think this might be it. Yeah, this is actually it. Yeah, so the targets that I'm looking at here to get back in would obviously, be down here like the 27.15. And then these are 1-hour support and resistances. If we come down and we test one of these areas, we would also be testing that the 13 EMA on the 4-hour. And if we come down and test this, we will be testing the 21 EMA. Of course, we could come down and test these other Fibonacci levels as well. These are all Fibonacci levels, and so if we are going to retrace, I would be looking to retrace to some of these areas. And if we pull our fib from the swing low to the swing high of the most recent move, which I would say is, I would say that's from here up to here. potentially be looking for price to come down to one of these areas too, and get a bounce off of one of these areas if you're looking for an ETH entry. But right now, it's tough. It is tough simply because we keep just forming those higher highs, and nobody knows when these bearish divergences are going to play out. So every time we dip, you know, people are like, oh, we're going down, and then we come right back up. You know, like I said, I shorted Ethereum twice yesterday, and both times I thought we might come down to retest the 2574 level, or at least the 2626 level, but we only came down to the 2673 level both times. And I'm still, you know, long on Ethereum. It's up 20% right now. Right now my Bitcoin long is down 2%, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, I've already taken a lot of profits out of that long, and I'm just kind of holding it because I'm in it. I don't really have any reason to close it before we come down below the this support right here around 53.3. That support right there, I really don't have any reason to close it because I've already taken profits at some of these other targets, and I'm just letting it ride out. Okay, so people are asking, how do you get the Fib levels? Yeah, how do you get the Fib levels? Let's talk about that. The way you get Fib levels, and then we'll talk about the Bitcoin symmetrical triangle that some people are mentioning, is this. You're gonna be looking at your chart, and there's different ways to do it, and some of it is subjective, guys. Okay, and people will argue on the internet about the best way. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a move where you can see a very clear low, where there's like a V shape, and a very clear high, where there's an A, the letter A. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to pull it from that swing low, the tip of the V, to the top of the A. And you're going to notice that price will tend to get reactions off of these levels, right? I mean, we come down, we get a bounce off the 618, we come up, we come back down, we get a bounce off the 0.5, we come up, we come back down, we get a bounce off the 0.382. And what these Fib levels are is they're just percentages of the move. So if I'm looking at this thing as one whole move right here, then these levels are telling me what percentage of the move have we retraced. So we come down here to the 0.618. That means we've retraced 61.8% of that initial move to the upside. And price will usually react off of one of these levels, giving us some kind of long entry, giving us a bounce. And the way we get those targets is there's two ways to do it. One, you can take just the regular old Fib retracement, and you take it from the tip of the A to the point where we got that initial bounce. And these will be some targets for you on the way up, right? These will be some short-term targets. If you're catching a bounce off of a dump, you can pull your Fib from the swing high to the swing low of the move to set some targets for your dump. And for me, if we have just dumped like this, and I see we're getting a bounce off of Fibonacci level, then I'll pull my Fib retracement tool from the swing high to the swing low, and my first target will always be between the 0.382 and the 0.5. That will always be my first target, always. And you'll see most of the time, if we dump, we will come back up and hit that first target. Let me show you. Let me just kind of show you. It's pretty interesting how that works. I mean, most of the time, even if we're just messing with these smaller moves here, like this right here, where we get a correction from that swing low to this swing high. We get a bounce off the 382 right here, and then we can pull our Fib from the top to the bottom. And look at this. You can see that we get the bounce, and we come up, and within that actual candle, the candle of the bounce, the first target we hit is right between the 0.382 and the 0.5. So if you're looking for a scalp off of a dump, off of a bounce of a Fibonacci level. Like if you see that we're starting to dump, pull out the fib from the swing low to the top of the dump, and then when you get the bounce, pull out the fib from the top to the bottom, and then, you know, the first target should always be between the 0.382 and the 0.5. Yeah. Okay, so how about VET and ADA? Well, ADA I think is primed for a breakout. I think it's primed for a breakout, another move upward. I shouldn't say a breakout. I should say another move upward. I'm not saying it's imminent, going to break out right now. I'm saying it's primed for another move upward, just like Ethereum is primed for some correction here, right? We've got the bullish divergence still forming massively on the 12-hour. That is just a crazy divergence. And I'm super bullish on ADA. I'm super bullish on BNB. The BAND, BAND, Bitcoin pair, I'm actually super bullish on. The Sushi Bitcoin pair, I'm super bullish on too. Yeah, FOMO into the like button, y'all. Synthetics, I know. Synthetics is a coin that I have been holding for quite some time. And it has not pumped the way I was hoping it would. It's not pumped the way I was hoping it would. And it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. In fact, it's been coming down. It's been coming down since I got into it, you know, back in February. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still holding on to it though. I think it's a good coin that has a lot of pump potential to take us to Pump City. You could say that on the higher time frames, you know, we're forming some kind of wedge. You could make that case. And if that's true, then, you know, we could break out of this. Originally, I thought that we were forming a you know, symmetrical triangle, kind of like this, right? Something like that is what I thought. And then I thought we were breaking out. Whoop, just kidding. So, you know, maybe something like this. I definitely think that it has the potential to go to Pump City. If we take a look at the daily time frame, it really does look like we're about to go to Pump City with it. Just take a look at Market Cipher B, right? We're curving back into the green money flow on the daily. We have officially, I guess you could say, printed an anchor and then a consecutively higher wave right there. While also, we can see that we're forming lower lows and higher lows on the daily time frame, which looks to me like a bullish divergence. So I still have high hopes for SNX that we're going to Pump City. Polkadot, yeah, I like Polkadot. I like Polkadot. You know, I Polkadot is also another frustrating one because you know, a little while ago I entered into a dot position because I saw that we were looking like we were going to break out here, and I think this missed. It hit a few take profits, I think, but it missed some other ones, and then we got this massive dump. Yep, Igor, Camille, bullish divergence on synthetics on the daily. Absolutely, absolutely. So people are saying Bitcoin just broke out of a symmetrical triangle. Let's take a look if we see a symmetrical triangle for Bitcoin. Perhaps on the very low time frames we can see a symmetrical triangle. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I have to be real. I don't see. Unless, are we looking at this symmetrical triangle? I don't really see it. Sorry, y'all. I do not see it. On the 15-minute. Okay. I guess we could call that a symmetrical triangle. We could call that a symmetrical triangle. I wouldn't trade it as a symmetrical triangle only because I like to see it actually test the the trend line is more than just well, this trend line is respected 3 times. I guess they're both respected 3 times. So yeah, I would consider that a symmetrical triangle. Okay, MATIC. Let's take a look at MATIC. Okay, so this is MATIC on the 15-minute time frame. Obviously, we just had a nice little pump. Let's take a look at some of the bigger time frames for MATIC. So MATIC has been off the chain lately, totally off the chain, right? We had this massive pump. We formed this massive support right here where we were trading on it literally from March 17th all the way to April 25th. So over a month, we're trading on this support, unable to lose that support, and then we have this massive pump. So if I were actually looking to get into MATIC right now, I mean, right now we only have 2 choices, right? We can either FOMO in, or we can wait for a better entry. If you're not already in this, you know, I would really, you can either take a gamble on it or you can wait for a better entry. The hard thing is that we don't really have very many places to look for an entry because price has gone up so quickly. One thing I would say is it's very clear that we're forming, you know, downward momentum while also forming higher highs for MATIC. So just keep that in mind as we're trading this. If you're into this, if you're already in it, then, you know, awesome. But, you know, I would wait for a pullback. Obviously, a good area that I like to enter uptrends is, you know, that 21 EMA on the 4-hour. If we come back down and test that, and also I would keep my eyes here. Like if we come up and we form a higher wave here, and the bearish divergence goes away. I mean, I think MATIC is a project that has a lot of upward potential as well. And it's really hard to set targets for this because, here, let's put on the line chart. It's really hard to set targets simply because it's hard to identify our swing low of the move. I would say probably this is the swing low. And then we can come up here and just set some targets based on this uptrend. So right now it looks like we are hitting into a resistance for MATIC. We're hitting into a resistance, a fib level of resistance right here. You can see these levels are actually pretty well respected. We came up, found resistance at the point 236. Now it seems that we're getting a slight rejection off the point 382. So this gives us some framework in which to look for better entries. I would mark out these levels here. And if price does come back to retest, you know, one of these levels right here, this would be really nice, because we'd get a bounce off the 4-hour 21 EMA. Another area we could look to retest is just this fib level right here, 0.382. Come back down and test this before another move to the upside. I mean, right here we came up, tested fib level, came down, came up, didn't quite come down all the way. It's tough, but I will say one thing: the momentum is very high right now for MATIC on the 4-hour. The money flow is getting very thick on the 12-hour. Money flow also is curving to the upside. We can see that the VWAP, even though we're printing that red trigger wave on the 12-hour, is also starting to curve to the upside. So it's looking very bullish. It's looking extremely bullish. The daily time frame, the VWAP starting to come down, but I definitely think this wave has a lot of separation, and we could see it come up higher, probably to this level up here, right, in like the 95 area. So yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Super Googly, who says altcoin season. Absolutely, it is altcoin season. We're seeing altcoins pump. I'm starting to trade a lot of altcoin, Bitcoin pairs. Mike Lopez says Pancake Swap. Yeah, Pancake Swap is absolutely pumping. Pancake and Bake are pumping. ADA just broke support, someone says. Is that true? ADA USDT. It did not break the support that I've been looking at. Right, I'm looking at ADA in more of a macro time frame. Okay, Nick Dugan wants to know, is my coupon still valid for the course? I do have a coupon for the course. If you have the coupon, Nick, it's still valid. It's still valid. All right, looks like Bitcoin is not looking the best on the daily time frame. Yeah, if we lose it, guys, if we lose the support of, like, you know, the 53.3 area, I do think we could come back down to these lower levels, to even below 50K. Shout out to Joseph Hanna, who says, for the 4-hour 24 Bitcoin strategy, if the green dot lands on the same candle of both time frames, do you use that 24-minute dot or wait for the next? Great idea. Great question, Joseph Hanna. I always will use that first green dot. If they land on the same candle, that's actually best. That's actually best for me. That's actually best. Did Bitcoin break the 0.618 fib on the 15-minute? I don't know. We could take a look. Where are you pulling it from? From down here? Yeah, if you're pulling it from there, then yep, it broke the 618. But it's possible, you know, we could get a little reaction off of that. But, you know, the smaller the time frame, guys, the less data you have in your fib pull, the less accurate things are going to be. Just saying. Because we're dealing with less data. We're dealing with less data. Is this a good Bitcoin short? I mean, it definitely was. You know, every time we reject off 55K, but for me, I want to see us lose. I want to see us lose the support down here, 53.3ish, 53.4, and also, you know, I want to make sure that. Well, a lot of you guys know the way I short and long is I like to short resistance and long support. So if we come down and we break through a support, let me pull up another chart here. If we come down and we break through support, what I would want to see is, I want to see, if we're on the 4-hour time frame, I want to see a red dot printing while we're breaking support. That's usually how I trade breakups or breakdowns, is if the red dot is printing on the 4-hour or some of even the lower time frames, then I'll short the support. But if not, and, you know, momentum's not right, I will wait until, if we lose the support, I want to see a retest of the support, and then I'll short that retest. Like, for example, yesterday here, when I was eyeing up my Ethereum short, you know, I was looking for a certain number of things. Oh, that's so funny. It opened it up in the wrong tab. I was waiting for us to come down, lose the support, and then retest to confirm that support has now been flipped into resistance before coming down. And of course, you want to use Market Cipher too, right? Like, we were seeing the bearish divergences, we were seeing the money flow coming down on the lower time frames. That's what you want to see if you're going to enter a short position. You don't just want to short because we're coming down to a support. And right now, I actually don't really have a support here. You know, I don't have a level here that I'm trading off of. And I would want to wait to see until we come down to, you know, the lower 53s, because to me that's been holding as a daily support level for quite some time. We can go back in history and see that this level of support that I have here, all the way back in the beginning of March, was being respected as support, 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 resistance, support, support, support again. So if we come back down, I would want to see us either fly through here with massive momentum, a red dot on the 4-hour time frame, or I'd want to see us come down here, get a retest and a rejection, and I would short the rejection because that would give us a really good entry, because it would allow us to short the rejection off the support that's been flipped into resistance, put a very tight stop loss that's still effective, because, you know, if we come down and then we reject and reject and then we come back up, then, you know, obviously it's time to get out of the trade. But if we come down and we come back up, we reject, and then we head downward, then, you know, it's a very good risk to reward ratio. And then I would be targeting, like, you know, 50K, 49K, 47K. And then honestly, guys, even all the way down to lower than 43. You know, this entire time, this entire uptrend, I've been saying that it really wouldn't surprise me if, you know, from this bounce here, I was really hoping we'd come up to 58K. But we didn't. We might still come up to 58K. We very well might. But then I'm expecting a move lower than our previous low. We'll see what happens. We have to trade what the price action gives us, right? I mean, we can only make predictions so much. And then really it's just like as simple as we come up to support, we come up to resistance, look to short. We come down to support, look to long. And Bitcoin's been trading, you know, for the past 3 days in this little range here, where, you know, the scalp day trades have just been pretty simple. Matthias says, I think Bitcoin will be back at 47 by Sunday. It's very possible. And we also do have the CME futures closing at the end of the month. And so, you know, there's talks that people are trying to keep the price around 54,000 today, so that the people who were betting on that price will be able to get their money. Whether or not that's true, personally, I cannot say. I cannot say. I don't really trade the CME news, but it's very possible. This is very possible. Shout out to Alex S. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's see here. Let me see here. I'm gonna pop into the chat for a minute. What's going on, everybody? FOMO into the like button, guys. FOMO into the like button. Say something crazy if you want to show up on the screen right now, and then we'll get back into the analysis. Yeah, Cam, Bitcoin red dots on most time frames, dump city. I think we are going to dump city. I'm actually absolutely expecting us to go to dump city. Yeah, Blood Diamond. Yeah, Bitcoin. It's a good time to short. Shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to Memory Man. Yeah. Bybit or MARGEX? That's a good question. You know, personally, I am a more of a fan of Bybit than MARGEX, simply because MARGEX is a new exchange. I made a video about it yesterday, but really, guys, they do not allow you to they don't allow you to take partial profits. They don't allow you to take partial profits. So yeah, it's crazy. Oh, Lewis, yes, you should take some profits. You should be taking profits. You should, in my opinion, you should take profit when you are in profit. You should take profit when you are in profit. Shout out to Poe 9420, who wants me to take a look at Link in ETH. And shout out to Fernando Manzanilla, who says, "What do I eat today?" Link ETH. You know, I've never really traded the Ethereum pairs, guys. I've never really traded Ethereum pairs. Well, I'm on the daily time frame. I don't see anything too bullish here. I really don't. I really do not. I don't see anything too bullish. So yeah, I don't really know what to say. If anything, I can say that we are forming a strong support, which has been a support since 2019. Okay, so I would keep my eyes on things. It's definitely, if you want to, I guess, trade this pair and you're holding Link, you know, perhaps, you know, you would want to sell some when we get above this support here. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that we've bottomed out. It's hard to draw any kind of pattern here. But yeah, I mean, it's clear that we're on support and we're holding this level as support. So that's good. This could be a case where if you're trading this pair, you know that at least you'll maintain the value if you're trading the Link ETH pair right at the support, and then if it goes up, you could sell. Okay, so exit strategy for trades when you take profit versus raising your stop loss. That's a good question. So basically, what I do, y'all, is if I'm in a trade that I'm in a trade that I'm just looking to be like a scalper or a day trade, what I like to do is let's say let's go down to a lower time frame, like a 5-minute time frame, and let's say I want to short from this resistance. Okay, what I'll do is I will enter a short position up here. When we get the rejection, I'll set my stop loss above the resistance, and the last swing low, I'll set my take profit down here, let's say. Or even more so, let's say I set my take profit all the way down here. Okay. What I will do is I will set take profits based on support and resistance levels on the lower time frames. So I will look and say, okay, it's very clear that right around this area, price has found a sticking point historically. I will take some profit out of the trade. If it's a shorter term trade, I could take 50 to 70% of the profit out at take profit 1. Okay? And then you have two choices. If I took 70% of my trade out, or even 50% of my trade out, keeping the stop loss here will still put me in a win. At the very worst, a small win. Or you could simply just move your stop loss into break even, and then, you know, when your second take profit gets hit, now you have two take profits. You might took 70 out, you might have taken another 15% out here, and then you just have a little tiny bit, you know, letting it ride to get, you know, as much of the move as possible. But this is the worst case scenario, is now you're closing your trade in profit. So that's usually how I do it. And if I'm the more uncertain I am about a trade, the more profit I will take out at the first take profit. The more profit I will take out at the first take profit. So, you know, if I'm in a short scalp and we're in a massive uptrend, and I see we're getting a rejection off of resistance, I will usually use a little bit higher leverage, a little bit higher than normal, not too high, and I will take a lot of profit out at that first take profit to secure like a nice gain. Because really the thing is, if you're uncertain about it, but you know we're coming down a little bit, and you want to get maybe like a 0.5% move, you know, if you're using a little higher leverage than normal, that could be a good trade. That could be a good trade right there. That's kind of how I do it. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is a relatively new coin that's been listed on Binance. It's so new that Market Cipher doesn't really have much data for it. Doesn't really have much data. But it doesn't even have a money flow. Somebody just brought this to my attention. Interesting. All right, guys. So, let's see here. I'm coming back into the chat. I know we have a small group today because other people are streaming, like Crypto Face. All right, Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. As many of you know, I'm super bullish, super bullish on Litecoin. I love the Litecoin because, you know, it's one of those coins where everyone's grandpa, when they buy Bitcoin for the first time, they're going to look at Litecoin and say, man, it's just like Bitcoin, except it's a little bit lighter, right? If I'll get me some of this Bitcoin, I'm going to get me some of that Litecoin too. Because if Bitcoin goes up to $65,000, well, it's only a matter of time before this Litecoin goes up that high. I mean, if it's lighter, it'll be able to climb up the stairs faster. I mean, Bitcoin's got all this blubber hanging around his belly. He can't get up there that quick. He gets winded easy. But Litecoin, man, he's light. He can get up there real quick. And yeah, I think Litecoin, if we look at, like, you know, the 12-hour, I mean, obviously we've had this period of consolidation for the past few days, which has kind of caused money flow to come down a little bit. But we can even see on the 12-hour that the money flow is starting to curve back to the upside. And we can even see the VWAP on the 12-hour starting to almost looking like it wants to curve back to the upside. And, you know, I've been trading the Litecoin for quite some time, started accumulating it heavily when we came down to this dump right here, like below 200. I saw it, I better get some Litecoin below 200. And then we had the massive pump. We took massive profits. And if we just do our good old Fib extension, we can take it from the swing low to the swing high, back down to this area where we got our bounce from. And we can see that, you know, obviously the targets that we have are quite high. It's just a 1-to-1 extension will bring us to a $375 Litecoin, and then the next targets are really quite high. You know, the 1.618 is almost a $500 Litecoin. And shout out to Andy Eubanks with the Litecoin emojis. That's awesome. Shout out to Brad, who's been shorting Litecoin since 9 a.m. this morning. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of great shorts in here. A lot of great shorts. You know, I've been longing and shorting at the same time for the same coin the past few days, right? Because good old Ethereum, I've been swing long for quite some time. And then good old Bitcoin, same deal. I've been swing long on the Bitcoin since like 50,200. Just holding it. And obviously taking out profits along the way. A lot of profit right now. My position is quite small. But the Ethereum's been doing well, and I've been shorting it on, you know, a separate account. Like Savage Trader, it's exactly the same as the Bitcoin chart. I don't think Litecoin and Bitcoin are the exact same. I really don't, and here's why. Let's address the issue as to why I don't think that. The Litecoin chart compared to the Bitcoin chart. The Bitcoin chart on the daily, on the 12-hour, has red money flow. Red money flow on the 12-hour. Looking pretty dang bearish. Like we're about to get this tiny little hump down. Get a clip on the 12-hour. You know, bringing us down. Bringing us down, 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 down. And the Litecoin, on the other hand, right? We go back to Litecoin. And on the 12-hour, look at this money flow. Look at how thick the money flow is. And look at the wave. It looks like the VWAP is about to curve back to the upside. When we compare that to the grandpa coin over here, it's very, very different. And just because the price action mirrors other coins, it doesn't mean it's the same. There's money coming into the Litecoin while there's money leaving the Bitcoin. Oh, Savage Trader says just the chart, the bars. Okay, got you. Yeah. I think Litecoin is extremely bullish long term, and you know, even just the fact that when we had our massive pump, you know, we formed a very strong support down here at this fib level, the 0.786, and usually, you know, when I see that we retrace and we form strong supports that we consolidate on for a while, to me that shows a lot of strength. That shows a lot of strength. For the Bitcoins, it was a little bit different. You know, a little bit different. Just the way that we consolidated. We consolidated and then came down. Right here. So, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, though. I'm very curious to see. Savage Trader loves his Litecoin. The corn is popping. Yeah. Yeah, the corn is popping, guys. Okay, XDN BTC. XDN BTC. On Bittrex. Is this the right coin pair? Looks KB says about to start a trend reversal that started a year ago. Well, if we go back a year ago to April 2020, we were in the middle of a downtrend. This digital note, never even heard of digital note, but guys, this is the kind of coin. This is the kind of coin. Shout out to KB. Theta's about to break. All right, XDN BTC. Let's take a look at Theta. What's happening with Theta? Theta, you know, everybody knows I'm a big Theta hodler. It's looking pretty dang good. On the daily, it's looking good. 4 hours looking pretty bad. All right, let's go back to XDN Bitcoin. Sorry, guys. I'm actually, the thing is, I have less dyslexia and ADHD, so it's hard for me to pay attention. I actually don't have those conditions, but I might. I'm sure if I went to a doctor, they would be happy to prescribe me some medications for anything, because doctors love to just prescribe medications. That's what they do. That's what they went to school for. Okay, so we're clearly on a support, and this is the kind of coin that you would want to buy and hold, simply because you know that if you buy here, the chance of it going any lower is very, very slim. We've been holding this support since allegedly 2014. Okay? Since 2014, we've been holding this support. So if you were to buy this coin, you could say, okay, for the past 7 years, we have not been able to drop lower than this support. And so you can buy here and then say, okay, if we just get up to a little bit of where we're at right now, I mean, the percentage that you would make if we hit the all-time high is 17,000%. 17,000%. So shout out to KB. for bringing this up. And I mean, I don't have Bittrex. I don't have Bittrex, so I wouldn't be able to get in on this opportunity. But I mean, really, the gain potential is quite massive here. It's quite massive. And the fact that on the weekly time frame we're starting to see money flow curve into the blue for the first time since last year, September, it seems KB to be pretty nice. You know, it's actually amazing to think about. This is the kind of coin that makes people millionaires, right? Because or billionaires, right? Can you leverage trade this 100x, 100 put 10 grand on this 100x, goes up you know, 45,000%. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? if you just put even just, you know, $1,000 on this and it goes up 45,000%. That's that'd be crazy. All right, let's Dave Con 1 says Verge Bitcoin looks even better. Yeah. The only thing is, you know, on the weekly we're starting to get a big old red dot, man. But the money flow. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Money flow is turning green. So actually, this, as my man says, Dave Con 1. Yeah, I mean, Brad Elkins. This is Verge. This is Verge right here. XVG is Verge, and this is another one that's looking quite good on the weekly. You know, I would say that our support was down here. But really, if we are really entering altcoin season, Verge is a good coin, and if we just go back up to the all-time high, that's that's 2,000%. 2,000%. Okay, so much less than 45,000%. But if you even just put $1,000 on here and it goes up 2,000%, that's a pretty good gain. And you know, with these types of coins, you can these are the pumpalicious things where, you know, if you buy in here, okay, you're gonna maintain the value of your money to a certain degree. I mean, we still have a lot of downward potential back to the support where you could lose, you know, 50%. If you put $1,000 on here, worst case you lose $500. You know, best case, your money goes up by 2,000%. So the risk to reward ratio is absolutely insane for coins like this, where even if we longed here and put our stop loss down here at you know, 50%, and then we put our take profit at the all-time high of 2,000%. I mean, the risk to reward is insane. Your reward is 750 times more than your risk. Okay, where can you buy Verge? On Binance. On Binance, you can buy it. On Binance. Shout out to Savage Trader, who says, Jason, just wanted to let you know I appreciate everything you taught because I was a horrible trader until I bumped into your channel. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Savage Trader, for being here. Tim says, don't buy this crap. Tim, you know, I'm not trying to say that this coin is going to go up, my brother. First of all, Verge is a coin that got a lot of hype back in the last bull market. I remember because I was into it. I was into Verge. I was really into Verge. But Tim, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm saying these are the kinds of coins that you can. These are the kind of moon bags that you can get, right? If you have an extra $1,000, an extra $500 laying around, if you find a coin like this, it's like if you. I'm not saying that you should put your grocery money on this or your rent money on this. I'm saying if you have some extra money to invest that you don't mind to lose, because this had a history of being a very pumped project, and because we're at a support, which tells us we're you know, for the past 4 years, we haven't been able to come below this support, which means if you put your money into this now, it's not going to depreciate in value too much. However, you have the potential for it to pump massively. Tom Thomas says, I need help. I'm almost losing every trade. Well, if you want help, I recommend you guys go to jasoncaspertrading.com. I do have a trading course, a comprehensive trading course to give you the knowledge and skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. And guys, these are testimonials here, but this is the outline of the course. We go through everything. Technical analysis, time frames, Fibonacci, support and resistance, moving averages, trend lines, channels, patterns. 3 entire sessions on Market Cipher. And then actually going through trading strategies where I teach you trading strategies that I actually use with great success. A lot of people also use these strategies with great success. We talk about psychology, we talk about risk management, finding the perfect entries, keeping your risk low, your reward high. And for everybody who's in this this chat right now, I'll give you guys a 10% discount. I'll give you guys a 10% discount. Let me come in here and grab the 10% discount. Let's see. Yeah, we'll grab a 10% discount right here. If you guys use the code that I'm about to drop in the chat, I heart Jason Casper. I know you guys heart me. Yeah, you can get 10% off with that coupon. Shout out to Premier Crypto who says green dot, Jason Casper trading course. Andrew Strong, where can you buy Verge? You can buy it on Binance. Shout out to Igars Berzins who says COTI got an announcement at 5:30 UK time, so watch that. Interesting. Thank you. Yep, Moonwolf, Cake is absolutely, Cake and Bake, Dodo, they are on fire. Cake is absolutely blasting off. And I think Cake has not hit the all-time high yet. I think Cake could get up to 20 easily. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Cake. I must have been thinking of the wrong coin. What coin am I thinking about getting up to $20? It's not Cake. It's not Cake. Cake's already $42. Insane, guys. Insane. It's absolutely insane. It's insane. I always miss out on these pumps. Not all, but most. I think most of us missed out on most of them. Okay, FY Fishing can't buy it on Binance. His account is disabled. You got to use a VPN, my brother. And also, sure, Niche. I'll look at Theta. Yeah, it might have been Bake actually that I was thinking of. Bake and Cake. They rhyme. No, this couldn't have been it either. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at Theta. Good old Theta. All right. Theta looking pretty good on the weekly. Money flow getting thicker. VWAP curving to the upside. $12-hour. 4-hour. We're consolidating. We're consolidating at right around these levels of support right here. Okay, we've got this green, very strong support, this yellow support right here. This orange line is our level of support. I feel like we need to cool off and consolidate a little bit more. But overall, I'm extremely bullish on Theta. Look at this. Look at the money flow. It's getting thicker. The VWAP on the weekly is about to curve upwards. Shout out to Aaron Pohl who says, I have a paid TradingView membership. but not able to get history before 2017. Is there a setting I changed for it? I cannot find it. Aaron Poll, it depends on what exchange you're looking at. So, for example, if I'm looking at Bitcoin USD on Bybit, I can only go back to November 2018. But if I'm looking at Bitcoin USD on Binance, if I'm looking for it on Binance, you can see that we can go all the way back to 2017. And if I'm looking at BLX, which is the entire history of BTC, I can go all the way back to 2010. So that's why. It's the exchange you're looking at. It has nothing to do with TradingView. Nothing to do with TradingView. Yeah, I agree with Jason Rizzo, who says Theta stalled, but it's a sleeping monster, similar to Monero when it takes off. Yeah, I do believe so. Yeah, so what's going on with BTC? Well, BTC is currently coming down, as we can all see. Like I said, until we lose this zone of support, I'm not going to close my long because I've already taken a lot of profit on it, and I'm going to let it ride out until we come below this like zone of support right here. I'm currently, to be honest with you guys, also short on Bitcoin right now. I'm short and long. I think my short may have hit a take profit. I'm not sure. I think it just missed another take profit here. But as far as Bitcoin goes, if we lose this trend line right here and this orange support, then I believe we're coming back down to test 50K. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down to 47 or lower. I really wouldn't be. Because a lot of times when we get these dumps, we consolidate in waves, right? I was kind of expecting us to come back up higher, retest this, and then come back down lower. But it's also very possible that we just do something like this, and then we get, and then we consolidate, and then we come up, to be honest with you guys. So Joshua Thesjig says, hey Jason, what to do? I'm stuck in Louisiana and can't use Binance. What's the fix without moving? I have a VPN but worried about taxes. Well, I don't give tax advice. I'm sorry, I don't. But I recommend you get a lawyer and an accountant that you trust and that know the laws. But then you can use Binance still with a VPN, and you can use it with 3 commas, which will allow you to trade on Binance without actually logging into the Binance interface. And it's really nice. It's actually super, super nice. Nathan Erbach says, Elrond, thoughts? I mean, overall, I'm bullish, honestly. Would I buy Bitcoin now? Like for what? For a long, or like a scalp trade, or like to hold? I mean, if you're just looking to invest in Bitcoin long time, then I feel like it's always a good time to buy, but it's always best to buy after a major dump. That's always the best time to buy. Major dumps are always going to happen, and that's always the best time to buy, because after a major dump comes a major pump. That's just the way it works. So if I was not in Bitcoin already, I would be waiting for the end of this bull market. I would be holding my money and waiting for the end of the bull market. But my strategy with hodling Bitcoin is I always buy some. Always, every month, I buy some Bitcoin. I take a portion of my earnings that I make, working my job, doing my hustles, and I buy some long-term Bitcoin hodl. Of course, I don't actually have a job. I actually have not had a job, a real job, since 2013. And I worked at Starbucks. I was a barista at Starbucks. And since that time, I've been working for myself. praise the Lord that He has allowed me to do that. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Thoughts on Ecomi? I don't know much about it, Tim Nessel. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Darren Lohman says coupon 3787 does not exist. Do I need to wait? Are you talking about for the course, my brother? Are you talking about for the course? All right, let's take a look at the 1 hour M pattern for BTC. I guess you're talking about this. I don't know if I'd call that the M, unless you're talking about that. I don't know. I have not talked about Polkadot yet. I did a little bit, but not too much. Well, is Ethereum looking good? Well, the truth about Ethereum is the fact that we are, printing bearish divergence on the higher time frames, right? Like the 12-hour, printing a massive bearish divergence, right? We've been printing higher highs and lower, if we confirm a red dot here for Ethereum on the 12-hour, I mean, it looks pretty bearish. It looks pretty bearish. And you could also even say that we've been, forming a just as of recently, forming like this kind of deal. Squeezing in on this tight trend line up here. Getting the squeeze, So honestly, I think Ethereum is due for a correction, and I think we're probably going to see a lot of. Well, I don't know. I'm expecting us to correct, but it's just so hard to say because this momentum has been so insane. The money flow keeps getting thicker and thicker. So if the money flow keeps getting thicker and thicker, we're going to see the price go up. Yeah, James says, what the heck is going on with the market? It's been a very strange market, yes. It's been a very strange market. David, I already looked at BNB. You could watch the stream, but it's looking super bullish. It's looking super bullish. Okay, guys, I am going to have to end the stream. I appreciate all of you for being here. I know it's been a slower, lower stream today, simply because Hugo, that's a good idea. I actually can't make a video on that because I don't know how to set that up, but I know people who do. CHZ is a project that I think does have potential. I haven't really heard of Holo Chain or Hollow Chain. Peace out, Alex. James, check out 3 Commas. It's a platform where basically you can trade on all exchanges from one place, and you can even set up trading bots there that will automatically trade based on even TradingView alerts. So you can set alerts in TradingView that will automatically do trades. You can set up bots. It's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, guys, so just real quick, in the description of the video, if you want to get Bybit and you don't have it yet, you can get up to $1,600 plus 15% interest just by holding an account there if you use this affiliate link. You can get a sweet 5% discount on Market Cipher if you use my link with the code Billy5D3PWXX4F. And if you sign up for the comprehensive trading course, This is a $5 off coupon right here. $5 off. But if you want 10% off, you can use this here, this coupon code. If you want to get access to my VIP Discord where I do post some of my trades, my Ethereum trades, my Bitcoin trades, my altcoin trades that I post in here, Ethereum trades, Bitcoin trades, you can become a Patreon. Patreon.com/Jason Casper. Yeah, 3 commas is awesome. Shout out to Memory Man. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. But yes, may the Lord bless all of you in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, and receive this blessing in Hebrew. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yish marecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which in English means, may the Lord bless you and protect you, and may he cause his face to shine light upon you, and may he have grace upon you, and may he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace, in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. And I do pray that the Lord reveals himself to each one of you in a very personal way. Thank you guys for being here on this beautiful Thursday. I know it's a smaller amount of people here today due to the circumstances, but that's totally fine. Appreciate all of you. God bless. Peace, peace, peace.